Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your host, Isaiah LeBlanc with the Playaz Circle. It's already episode 6, man. I can't believe it. We here at the greatest studio in the world, AR Studios in Houston, Texas, the best city, the best state worldwide. I don't care what nobody has to say. We in the building, man. I'm so happy to be here. I took my time last night. I couldn't sleep. Sports has been in an all-time high to me the last few weeks, especially since we had episode 5. I hand wrote these today. You got to be able to see it. Everything I did, I took my time. I wrote it out. I didn't type nothing. I didn't print nothing. I've been stressing over how I'm going to get through all this, but it's some amazing things on these papers that we're going to cover today, and I'm excited to get to it. First and foremost, we starting with the NBA. Didn't I tell y'all KD was going to do it? I tried to explain to you. The 37-year-old legend, the GOAT, is now 5th in all-time scoring. KD passes MJ on the all-time scoring list while taking 2,177 less shots. 2,000 less shots than MJ, man. I simply couldn't fathom it through my mind. I tried to talk to my dad. The first thing he did was hate and say MJ to go. So I stopped the conversation already. It was 2,000 less shots says something. Jordan had 32,292 points. KD has 32,294 and counting. Again, with 2,000 less shots. KD hasn't gone more than 5 straight games this season without scoring 30 points. He was drafted in 2007. KD is truly one-on-one, man. He's really putting Houston on his back. He's really holding it down for the city. I just hope that this can really, transfer over into the postseason. He deserves to have a good postseason. I think the Rockets can bring it together, especially with him playing at such a high level right now. Going to OKC, we got to cover the big 3 here at the Playaz Circle. OKC, Shea was the first player in NBA history to have 35 points, 15 assists, 0 turnovers on 75% true shooting. 0 turnovers on 15 assists in an NBA game. My God, we're living in a time right now that I don't think history will ever be able to repeat. It's been truly amazing to just see the level of basketball. That not just Shea's playing that, but everybody in the league. But that stat line is ridiculous. Shea versus MJ in season 8. Let's compare them where they are in their careers in season 8. MJ was averaging 30 points per game, 6 assists per game on 52% from the field, 83% from the free throw line, 27% from 3. Watch Shea. 31.4 points per game, 6.6 assists, 55% from the field, 38% from 3, 88% from the free throw. Now, I understand that Michael Jordan is always going to be who he is. He has 6 rings. He's always going to be the legend. He's always going to be the GOAT. But in the 5 or 6 categories I just named, Shea's beating MJ in every category in the same time in their career. I think it's worth the argument. I think it's worth the conversation sitting down having, because one thing I was always taught growing up is men lie, women lie, but the information doesn't. The numbers don't. And it speaks for itself. So OKC has been cooking. KD's been cooking. And we can't leave out the Wembayama, the alien. We can't leave him out. Spurs secured a playoff spot with Wembayama hitting a walk-off shot to send them to the postseason. On January 31st, the Spurs were 32-16. 51 days later, 54-18. They've only lost 2 games in 51 days. Wemby threw 175 games. More points than Larry Bird. More rebounds than Charles Barkley. More blocks than Hakeem Olajuwon. More steals than Kobe. And more threes than Steph. Oh, my God. The league is fried. OKC's fried. Houston's fried. All other 29 franchises are it's over, man. That's ridiculous for Wemby to be doing that at such a young age, to be taking the league over. It's just unbelievable. I think Wemby honestly is going to have a chance to really win the MVP race this year. And it's crazy to say, but he has just been skipping to the top of the line with numbers like that. It's something that, Wemby's going to set some records that nobody's ever going to be able to catch. Talking about the MVP race, the Luka Braun show in LA has been ridiculous and has been one to watch that nobody wants to miss. In 2 games, Luka scored 100 points. 60 points versus Miami, which I remind you, Bam just had the 80-point game. 40 points versus Houston, back-to-back games. Luka became the first Laker with 60 points since Kobe. and they both did it with 14.8 seconds left on the clock, the same way with a free throw. I thought it was a little odd, honestly. I'm not going to lie. Coincidences, people like to, speculate and stuff. There's no way that just happens on the same team, same way, same point, same time. And that's just ridiculous. Y'all definitely have to let me know what y'all think in the comments in the chat because, I disagree with it, but whatever it is. In 8 straight wins, Luka averaged 40.9 points per game, 8.9 rebounds, and 7.6 assists. He's the 5th player ever with 40-plus points per game over an 8-game win streak, joining Wilt, MJ, Elgin, and Harden. I think it speaks for itself again. The fact that Luka has left Dallas, dumbest decision in sports history. But traded, they moved him to LA. Everybody had their speculation about Luka, him being out of shape, him not being able to carry a franchise like the Lakers, and for him to step in with, again, arguably one of the best players in the world with LeBron and carry a franchise and not only put up numbers but win, it's showing Luka's maturity and it's showing really, really, really the legacy and the stamp that he's leaving in the city in LA. It was reported that Luka's longtime partner left him before this historic run. Now, men, we have to understand. I mean, I can speak for us. Just the things that I've seen in my life. When you go through a heartbreak, when you go through something that's serious where, you have your emotions, you're growing older, you're in love, and something like this happens, somebody leaves you, somebody, doesn't want to talk to you anymore. It just kind of gives you that fire and that hunger. You go just get in your bag and go do something like this. Luka is on a generational run, and y'all not going to keep disrespecting Luka. I have to just say it. Like my boy said on Instagram, that boy Luka might be one of the coldest white boys ever. Larry Bird was good. Dirk Nowitzki was good. But God damn it, Luka Doncic is doing some shit that ain't nobody ever seen before, and y'all not just going to keep disrespecting him. He is honestly putting on a show for the LA Lakers, and it needs to be appreciated, and he does not need to be robbed of that MVP. He is simply putting on. Again, it's weird to say LeBron is a supporting cast, but in this case, he very much is. LeBron in his first 806 games. Now watch this. Stay with me. He had 22,155 points, 5,828 rebounds, 5,568 assists. LeBron in his last 806 games, 21,086 points, 6,195 rebounds, 6,357 assists. Again, it might be 1,000 points less or so, but he's gone up in rebounds and he's gone up in assists. So for his age, for him getting older, the points came down 0.5, but everything else was raised. You literally can see his game morphing. You can see the sustained legacy that he has, the sustained greatness. Again, this isn't longevity. It is sustained greatness. It's not like he fell off or he's washed up. He is still playing like LeBron when he first came into the league, and it is simply ridiculous to say. Some more news that we have around the league. Con Knippel with 233 threes and LaMelo Ball with 202 threes are first and second in the NBA in threes this season on the same team. Now, the last time this happened, I'm gonna let y'all guess who it was. The last duo that was on the team, first and second in the NBA, leading the entire league in 3 points, in 3-pointers. Con Knippel, LaMelo Ball are doing the same thing that Stephen Clay did. It's ridiculous, but it's ridiculous. And LaMelo Ball is very out there with it. He's going to talk his mess. He got Con Knippel hooping like he's black. Let's be honest. They are out there putting on a show, man. It's ridiculous. So just to be able to compare those two at such a young age to Stephen Clay says a lot. It tells you where the league is. Stephen Clay is, on their way out of the league. The league is in good hands. Why not? Let's go ahead and drop a Kobe bar and a fact in there while we go ahead and going through our NBA things, because we got to tip our hat to greatness, and we talked about Luke in the LA show. Kobe is the only player in NBA history to drop 40 points on every franchise. I thought it was interesting. I'm not going to lie. I'm getting my notes together. I'm looking for you to have 40 points on every single team in the NBA says something, and it deserves every time it comes across your timeline or the internet to be acknowledged, because that's ridiculous. Nobody's ever done it. Shifting gears to the G League, Mac McClung became the G League's all-time leading scorer. Says a lot. Also, again, it says that he's honestly built a career in the G League. If you're killing, you the all-time scorer in the G League, why are you spending so much time in the G League? In my opinion, the man should be in the NBA. The man should be having other opportunities elsewhere to make more money. Now, I don't know if it's just a goal for him. I don't know what the motive is, but he's won multiple dunk contests. He's the all-time leading scorer in the G League. What more do you try to get out of a career? What more are you trying to do? If he's trying to go to the NBA, he needs to do it now. You're already setting records and doing it, but Mac McClung, take the jump, man. Go do it. Go hold it down. Westbrook moves into 5th all-time in assists. I love to give Westbrook his flowers. Anytime it comes across, man, Westbrook has truly made history. He's in the Mount Rushmore of assists. It's just beautiful to see. Westbrook, you get your flowers on the Playaz Circle, man. We always holding it down for you. Tatum sends Boston to the playoffs with 32 points. Now, I told you in the last episode, Jason Tatum really worried me coming back from injury so soon, especially playing with a career-ending injury like that, making history, coming back in 9 or 10 months, playing in an NBA game, going into the postseason. Jason Tatum has been doing and taking care of business, man. He has simply been turning up. The fact that he came back in first game almost had a triple-double told me a lot. But to have 32 points in crunch time and send your team to the playoffs says a lot, coming back and not playing all year. Last but not least, for the NBA, I have to shout out my brother, Brewster alumni, my Brewster teammate, Matis Bruzilis. Matis Bruzilis is the new franchise player for Chicago. His first 9 games after All-Star break, he averaged 23.7 points per game, 7.1 rebounds per game, a 48, 36, 82 split, and on 61% true shooting. Matis, you always have been a bucket. Now, understand and remember, when we was at Brewster, we would get up them snowy mornings and we would play ones in the morning. I see the bag that you're in. I see what you're doing, Matis. I see you with the rolling hooks and the jump stop float. I see what you're doing, brother. We ain't got to say too much. Keep hooping, keep killing, man. The only 2 NBA players with 100 threes and 100 blocks in the season is Victor Wembanyama and Matis Bruzilis. Matis, keep putting on, bro. I'm super proud of you. I love you. It's always love with us. It's always family. We're going to catch up real soon, man. Hey, NBA has been a movie. When we come back from commercial break, we're going to dive straight into NCAA men's and all the stuff that's been going on with March Madness. Y'all take it easy. What's going on, family? We back, man. College basketball has been a movie. March Madness has been going down, but I got to start with the GOAT, and I'll explain why. John Calipari, they're calling him the king of the SEC. Why? First coach to win an SEC tournament championship at not 1, but 2 different schools, Arkansas and Kentucky. It's his 7th SEC title. Why do I emphasize 7? Because it's a big number, number 1. But number 2, I'll explain. He has more SEC titles than Alabama, Auburn, and Florida combined since 2010. All 3 of those schools have 6 combined. He has 7. Again, emphasis on 7. He has the best, not the second best, not the third best. He has the best point guard currently at every single level. NBA, he has Shai Gilgeous. NCAA, he has A. Cuff Jr. In high school, he has a young killer named Jordan Smith Jr. He has to be the greatest recruiter of all time. And with John Calipari, I have to stop and really acknowledge the fact that a lot of coaches, a lot of old school coaches that are very historic met the NIL times and fell apart because they were so stubborn in their ways. John Calipari evolved. He left Kentucky. He did not make it about himself, but he stepped into a situation like Arkansas and really flourished because he made it about the players. You can hear that when he's talking about Malik and A. Cuff Jr. He's empowering these kids to be who they are. And that no reason, no wonder why they're so happy and the kids are so successful. It's a well-working machine that they have going on. Talking about Darius A. Cuff Jr., most points ever in the history of the tournament by a freshman in the first 2 NCAA tourney games with 60 points. In second place, tied with 57 points, is KD, Zion Williamson, and Cam Thomas. He's the first college player to land a signature shoe deal while still in college. Reebok came with it. AI came with it. And I love the fact that A-Cuff grew up acknowledging and saying that Allen Iverson was his favorite player. Then to see it come full circle and to sign with him and to have AI signing off on you is amazing. So I'm happy to see it. He dropped 30 points and 11 assists in the SEC title win. And in his 5 postseason games in March Madness, he averaged 30.2 points per game, 7 assists per game, 45.6 field goal percentage, and 48.6 behind the arc. What more do I have to say? I think A-Cuff has secured his position to go in the top 3. I think he's really going to be up there. I think he's solidified. I think he's been more appealing than Darren Peterson. I'm not going to argue with nobody, but A-Cuff has definitely made a statement on why he needs to be a top 5 at least pick in this year's NBA draft. U of H, Kelvin Sampson, bringing it back to the state, built a dynasty. Houston had one NCAA tourney bid in 21 years, but now 8th straight 25-plus win season, a yearly national championship contender. Sampson and the Cougs have not had a double-digit loss season since 2017. That's dominance. You know, for Sampson to step into a program again that had one NCAA tourney bid in 21 years and to turn him around and never missed the tourney is crazy. U of H has the most tournament wins out of any program in the nation with 18, yet still no title. Why can't they do it? I need y'all to drop in the comments in the chat and tell me why can Sampson and U of H not get over the hump and get a championship. If you want my opinion and what I think he's expressed it this year. I think he said it in multiple press conferences, and I think nowadays more than ever it makes a difference. It's the NIL money. You have to give Sampson an elite bankroll with the elite program that he has to go out and get the kids that he needs to be a championship winner. A championship winner, not a contender, but a winner. He deserves it. UConn. Let's talk about some history for a second. 2023, national champions. 2024, national champions. 2025, loses in the national championship by 2 points. And 2026 takes down the number 1 seed. UConn game winner to beat Duke was a movie. We gonna cover this. We gonna talk about it. I know we already dropping the video for you, but the fact that Mullins hit that walk-off 3 from almost half court, held the follow through, nets popped. I knew going into the last 2.5 minutes of the game, Duke didn't put them away. UConn had a chance and they took care of it. The coldest moment of the game had nothing to do with the players that were on the court. It's the fact that when Mullins hit that 3 and there was 0.3 seconds left and they panned to Dan Hurley and the sideline was going berserk, Dan Hurley walked straight up to the ref because the ref was cheating. Walked straight up to the ref, did that boy, put his forehead in that boy and looked at that man up and down and ain't give a damn about no tick. And the fact that Dan Hurley is running through walls for his players like that, for his team, he deserves success, man. Dan Hurley is truly the GOAT, man, and I love to see him getting back to the Final Four, and I think they have a real chance to win. Talking about the NIL era with Sampson, with UConn, with all the colleges that's going on, let's talk about the 5 most expensive rosters in men's college basketball today. Number 1, Kentucky spent $22 million on their roster, players alone. Took a round 32 exit. BYU spent $13 million. That's the Bonds in them. Took a round 64 exit. Number 3 is Duke with $12 million. Took an Elite 8 exit recently to UConn. Arkansas with $11.5 million. That's my dog John Calipari. Took a Sweet 16 exit. Louisville, $10.5 million. Took a round 32 exit. So the top 5 rosters, the top 5 colleges in NCAA men's college basketball right now that's spinning the bag are not getting national championship results. Is that acceptable? Y'all have to tell me. Do y'all agree or disagree? Is that acceptable to spend all this money on your players, go out and get all these high-profile names, but not be able to bring a championship, a national championship back to campus? Is it worth it? Texas had the most teams out of any state in March Madness. They had U of H, TCU, University of Texas, A&M, Texas Tech, PV, and SMU. 7 teams from the great state of Texas dominating basketball, dominating college basketball. We love to see it. The fact that, it just doesn't sit right that Kentucky spent $22 million in NIL and missed the Sweet 16. That is crazy. That is Mark Pope got to get it together, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Iowa game winner to beat number 1 Florida was ridiculous. I thought Florida had a chance with Boogie Flan, Xavier Lee. They had some names. They went and got some pieces, but Florida, I ain't gonna lie, looked boo-boo the whole year. And the fact that they lost to Iowa and was out of there and everybody had high expectations, man, I hope Florida can get it together and figure it out. Did Darian Peterson do enough for number 1? I talked about this earlier in the show. Hell no. But let's go ahead and bring the stats up. 20.2 points per game, 4.2 rebounds, 1.6 assists, 43.8 field goal percentage. Oh, I'm sorry. We was talking about Darren Peterson. I'm sorry, man. It's Darren Peterson. I don't know if you're in the top 5 right now, especially with some killers like A-Cuff and Cam Boozer on the loose right now. Was the NIL money worth it? I need y'all to answer the question. And can y'all order the top 5 draft picks? We talked about it earlier in the season. If you didn't watch the episode, go back and watch it. I named the top 5 that I have. Are they in the same order? Are the same people in the top 5? Where does Darren Peterson land? Where does Cam Boozer land? Where does A-Cuff land? Let's move on, man. Let's talk about it. I have to take a second to really highlight and talk about Duke basketball. Duke basketball has been super elite, although they are not going to the Final Four. Lost to Dan Hurley, like I said, my guy. We have to take a second to really acknowledge greatness. Cam Boozer, ACC Player of the Year, ACC Rookie of the Year, first team All-ACC, ACC Regular Season Championship, first team All-American, led ACC in points and rebounds, ACC tourney champ, ACC tourney MVP, led Duke in points, rebounds, steals, and assists, and is 8th in the country in scoring. The fact that Cam Boozer in 1 year has accolades that looks like this, that I'm running out of breath saying, it just signifies the greatness and the impact and the legacy that he not only established but grew on from his dad, Carlos. It's beautiful to see. Let's dip into the Boozer file for a second. He had 4 freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, 4 Florida state titles, 3 Nike EYB titles, summer ball, 2 gold medals with the USA team, and 1 high school national title. The fact that now he's added an ACC regular season and tournament champion, Cam Boozer's won at every level. In my opinion, and if I have to have the number 1 pick and take somebody, I'm taking Cam Boozer. He's somebody that I can build a franchise around. He's marketable. He's a great player. He's a dominant force. That would be my safe number 1 pick. A-Cuff number 2, Darren Peterson far further away from 1 and 2. But that would be my pick. Cam Boozer has really been putting on. Duke is the first school to win ACC football and basketball men's and women's championships in the same academic year. It only took John Shire 4 years to tie Roy Williams in ACC titles. Check this stat for a second. Roy Williams, again, a legend, 18 coaching seasons to win 3 ACC titles. For 15 years, fell short. John Shire, 4 coaching seasons, 3 ACC titles. Says a lot. It really does. But again, how does John Shire win the ACC 3 out of 4 years but still fall short to get a national championship? I feel like the legacy would never fully be complete until you get you a championship. So how can Shire get over that mountain, over that hill, and really get a chip? How can these schools win? How can these schools do what they're supposed to do and get these championships? I need answers, and we have to figure it out. Let's go more into Houston sports. Since opening day for the Houston Astros, Houston splits their opening series 2-2. Flashes of elite offense, but pitching consistency will decide how fast they take off. Astros, I have great expectations for you this year. I love my city. I love baseball. Me and my grandfather used to go to all the Astros games. We need to get back to the playoffs and turn this city back up, man. Let's have a great season. I'm declaring we're going to have a great, amazing season. Elite baseball is going to be played, and I'm looking to see it. In other Houston sports, the Houston Comets are coming back, man. They coming back to the city, bringing us a WNBA team. Fertitta purchased the WNBA Suns franchise for $300 million and brought them back to Houston. We have to see where the Comets are going to go from here. I love the fact that NCAA men's, women's, WNBA has been turned, NBA has been turned. Sports has been amazing for episode 6. We'll be back after this commercial break with the mental health, man. I love you guys. Stay tuned. Be back in a sec.
Playaz Circle! Playaz Circle! Playaz Circle! Playaz Circle!
What's going on, Playaz Circle family? We back, man. It's the mental health segment. No papers, no guests. I really don't, I came here today and I had no idea what I was going to talk about. One thing about myself is I'm very real and I'm very transparent with everybody, but I had to start being that way with myself. I thought about it the other day. For the last few years, I've been so frustrated because I felt like I missed out on things. I felt like I didn't enjoy times in my childhood and all the things that were in my past the way I should. And now growing up, getting older, sports going how it is, day-to-day life, mental health battles that I have with myself. It's kind of hard to understand and see it every single day, but I also had a second where I had some discernment and I could really understand and change my perspective on the topic. Now, it's one thing about your past. It's a good side and it's a bad side. The bad side is, the fact that it came, the fact that we missed the times that we had, we missed the people that are past. We can't get it back. We can't get those times back. We can't get the relationships and the birthdays and the sleepovers and all the times that we had in the past. They're gone. We can't get them back. But the great thing about the past is that it happened. We had a chance to live those dreams. We had a chance to live those times and create those memories and have these people in our life at any point. When I change my perspective and I start looking at it, instead of it being half empty, it's half full. These things did happen. Instead of I'm mad and I'm frustrated and I'm angry that I don't still have my grandfather, let me acknowledge the fact that I did. Let me acknowledge who he made me to be. All the lessons that he's planted in me that are now sprouting years and years and years later after he's gone. It means a lot. It says a lot. And we have to hold on to these things. The world tries to harden us. The world tries to make us not forgive people and to hold on to trauma. But I want to tell you at home right now, man, let it go. Let it go, because all it does is make your weight heavier. The other people that hurt you, the other people that take away from you, they very rarely are going to acknowledge that ever again in their life. It doesn't mean nothing to them. But for you, it could change your whole trajectory and mess up your life and your day and your week, month, year, decade. Let it go. The times that we get in life now, the times that we have with our family, the things that we're doing currently will soon, again, be the past and have closed and they're gone. So we have to enjoy where we are, who we are, what we are, and the people that we really have around us. You need to have some people in your circle that you unconditionally love. No conditions can change it. You can't break my heart. You can't make me mad. You can't leave me and abandon me and do the worst things in life to me. And my love is going to change for you. Now, my heart might be broken. I might be devastated, but I unconditionally love you. And you need people in your life that unconditionally love you back. Because no matter what you go through, we're always going to be here for each other, and we're not going to sit here and be argumentative about things. We're going to work towards a solution. I've changed my relationships with everybody in my life to be like that. And it's helped me in the long run. My mental health is getting better. I'm growing as a person. I'm making more money. I'm in better rooms. And these are the things that it takes to truly elevate your life and be able to give back to others. The one reason I'm starting to really get myself together, and I'm being honest with you guys, has nothing to do with myself. It has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with Isaiah. It has to do with the people that I love and the people that I want to help. Every single day I see my family. If I don't see them face to face, I text them, I call them, FaceTime them. And I remember and I remind myself what we're doing life for. What are we setting all these things up? What are we trying to make this money for? What are we trying to reach these levels for? To be able to enjoy these times and these memories with the people that we love, just like we were doing in the past. It's important that we hold on and cherish these times, man, because they're going to go. They're going to go and they're going to leave. For the young people that tune in and watch this show, I want you to not put so much pressure on you, but I want you to think about the future. Think about what you're doing right now, because the future, all it is all your thoughts, all your actions, all the situations that you have going on now panned out. So think about what you're doing. Think about what school you want to go to. Think about, what kind of partner you want to have. What kind of trajectory do you want your life to go on? Because the more you plan, the more that you build a foundation and you really be solid in it, the better off you'll be down the road. The people that are just, waking up aimlessly every day, doing whatever comes to mind, I don't have to, they're going to have their results. They're going to have to play with percentages, and other people and other things and other factors are going to determine their lives. I'd be damned if another factor determined my life. I write my own story. So I encourage you guys to write your own story. Keep God first. Keep taking the steps that it takes to make yourself better. And there in turn, you'll be able to help others genuinely and authentically. I love you guys. Always going to be here for you. I am, again, in the best studio in the world, AR Studios. It's the best host in the world, Isaiah LeBlanc. It's the best show in the world, the Playaz Circle Show. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in for episode 6. Episode 7 to be here soon. Some more special guests, some more surprises this season. Y'all tune in, y'all subscribe, follow, like, comment if you haven't already. If you have, go even stupider. Appreciate you guys, man. It's been an honor and pleasure. Zay LeBlanc signing out.